For me, kayak fishing is simple. A boat, a paddle, a fishing rod, and unspoiled water. The fish are big. The chaos is beautiful. It's angling's addictive final frontier, and I'm hooked. I'm Drew Gregory, and this is Hooked on Wild Waters. Today on Hooked on Wild Waters, we're able to fish in western North Carolina in the mountains in the fall, the most beautiful time to be here. I'm here with my good friend Justin Powell and new Jackson Kayak Pro staff, by the way. Congrats on that.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So we're going to be fishing a tributary of the Tennessee River system, but this is a tributary high up in the mountains, cold water fishery, and we're going to be catching different species of trout. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
Well, we're streamer fishing today, Drew, and so we're trying to target those big, aggressive fish. We want those fish that are going to charge after a big streamer, so we're fishing bigger flies.
I like that.
We're staying away from the little stuff and trying to really focus on that one big, aggressive fish.
All right, well, let's see what this wild water has in store for us. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
As we pulled up to the river, it's one of those perfect mornings. We've got fog coming off. You can just feel it and smell it in the air. It was going to be a fishy kind of day. Optimism was high, and to say we were excited and happy was kind of an understatement, I would say.
Definitely so.
Definitely so. Before we got in the water, I had Justin just give me a quick lesson to kind of refresh my fly fishing. I've done just a little bit, but obviously you're a pro out, you're an expert. You call it the double haul cast.
Double haul, that's right.
Double
Yeah.
haul. So I was able to learn that, and man, great teacher out there. Before we even put the kayaks in the water, they're having me throw in this hole right behind a bridge piling, and sure enough, wham! This is sweet.
Oh, nice fish.
How do you guys like this? Right off the bat.
That was good.
This is either a really good sign or a really bad sign.
Yeah, first down. Yeah. Okay, start kind of leaning towards that piling a little bit. There you go.
Come here, buddy. This beautiful, like probably 18, 19-inch brook trout.
Yeah.
I never even caught a brook trout. Now my first one, some sort of
Like a trophy.
I mean,
Trophy.
so I'm spoiled right off the bat. All right, gonna lead him to, sweet. Woohoo! Woo! Right off the bat. That is amazing. Look how pretty this thing is. Wow.
That's what we came here for.
This is beautiful right here, man.
Think,
Dude, this is
That's
incredible.
a 19-inch brookie.
Wow.
And look at that big streamer in his mouth, man.
Dude, it's incredible. They'll eat something that big. I love how bass eat big things, and some people think trout do not do this,
Man,
but
they do.
They absolutely do, and I'm already hooked.
Already
We
hooked?
haven't even put the kayaks in the water yet, and I'm
Not
already
yet.
hooked on this, so
We had to come down here and make it happen and
That's
show what
right.
it's all about.
beautiful fish, man.
So we'll go ahead and pull this out of his jaw.
Yep.
And you know, we got nice, real easy hook release like that.
There we go. Let this baby go. Beautiful fish. Thank you so much, big girl.
In order to make this really exciting, I wanted to get you on the vise. I wanted you to tie your own fly. I wanted you to take some flies, go fishing with stuff that you're tying, and having fun. You know, and what we got to think about when we're tying these kind of things are what are we going for? What's the fish that we're going for? Color selection is really important. So for me, I like to tie those flies that resemble small brown trout. So I'll pick something that's gonna be yellow. I like articulated flies. I like bigger flies to keep the smaller fish away. And I just wanted to walk you through that, kind of have you do the work on it, you know, and have you have a piece of art that you can take with you and remember the day by.
After that first fish was caught, I'm riding pretty high. But we also noticed that the river is definitely very, very low. And fortunately, we had kayaks because I don't think you could have fished that river without a kayak, quite frankly.
Perfect.
And we're able to get down to different parts of the river. But while I'm in the kayak, I'm learning, what we're talking about. It's tricky to fly fish from a kayak. You do have things that will catch your line. It was tricky, man, trying to spin around and turn and not knowing, I've got a back cast now I got to pay attention to. So I can't just hug the bank like I do with conventional stuff. And I had no idea how difficult and exhausting throwing streamers on a fly rod could be, just all day long, just stripping. I mean, I was kind of getting down, man. I was tired, exhausted, but then I look over, I see you hook up with a fish.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened about that fish.
Man, I rode into a real nice looking eddy, saw something that looked quite fishy, threw the streamer across, made a good 3 or 4 strips in, game on, man.
Nice.
Had a nice rookie on, got a chance to, catch a fish.
You and I, at one point in the day, we just got to this spot that just looked perfect. It was this big, big pool, plunge pool, I would say. A couple rapids going into it. We hit the rapids, we got down in there.
We parked the boats. We said, hey, let's wade this for a little while.
We just knew if we just focused on that spot, hopefully, we're gonna catch some fish.
That's right, dude. You throw the streamer, make a few strips, and roast that beautiful brook trout.
Absolutely.
Came up. Fortunately, that fish was not really wanting to take that big bait, so we tried to switch some tactics a little bit. It is a killer fly. It's called a squirmy wormy. And we're gonna try to dredge some of this junk through here. Since the streamer thing didn't work so well, we'll try to pull one up with some junk flies here real quick. So now, we're ready to go. We knew that water was holding that fish. I mean, and the food's coming in, so we decided to basically downsize a little bit, try to switch the tactics, and game on.
Ready? Here we go. Just guiding them in. Ready? Here we go. In. Woo! Woo! That was incredible. What a fight. You got to be so careful and delicate with these fish, but yet there's so much power. It's just this game you got to play. And of course, I had to let him run, and he got wrapped around this tree, this rock that's under the water. Thankfully, you went in there and got him for me. But I don't care what they say about you fly guys, man. You guys know what you're doing out here, and, and it's definitely a fun way to fish, man.
It's not cool that you come out here and immediately start catching fish of this caliber.
This is amazing.
I mean, this is a beautiful fish.
Look at this thing.
So we've got a gorgeous, about 19 to 20 inch brook trout here, and that's about as big as we see him over here in North Carolina. I mean, he's just absolutely spectacular. The fins on him are really good. Let's get him out and get a good look at the camera here.
Let's do it. And you want to keep trout, I mean, tell us a little bit, in the water,
Yeah, they're pretty delicate.
Pretty much in the water. So
we want to keep them in the water as much as possible. It's okay to jump them out for a minute, but we do want to get them back in.
Right.
Just let them breathe. It's about keeping them wet. And
exactly.
They're really delicate fish, so we try to get what we can and
absolutely.
let them go.
That's why you see all the photos, with most fly fishermen, they're half in the water, half out, they're right here. So again, most people probably know this, but it's amazing how many people still don't understand this about bass, about trout, about handling them, getting them back in the water, catch and release. That's what we're all about.
Yeah,
it's very eco-friendly as we're out here kayak fishing, and of course using the kayaks as a tool to get to places like this where you can somehow get out and wade. So it opens up so much more water, which is amazing.
Does.
So
it really does.
Yeah, let's let this guy go, and we'll try to get some more, man.
I think it's a good idea. Hey, great job.
Thanks, buddy. You're letting her recover for a minute here, and she looks good. If we give her a nudge, she's probably gonna take off.
So,
yeah.
She's a little wrapped up, but I'll let you do this here at the ritual.
All right, here we go. The ritual.
Yep, you ready? I'll slide this
All right,
out.
here she goes. And she'll recover fine just right there. As we made our way down the river today, we noticed how low it's been, and we're looking at the riverbed and we can see mussels and clams and a lot of good signs of health. I saw grass in the water, and you can do that on your river too. If you notice a bunch of just rock and sand kind of burying it and little tips of rock out, you know it's an unhealthy river, and it could be because there's some possible dams along the way holding some silt back. But fortunately here on this river, right, they took down a dam recently, a few years ago, and that's made it much healthier. Do you know a little bit about that? Or?
Basically, I believe around 2011, they took a dam out of here, and before, those mussels were not even here.
Right.
So them taking that dam down really brought the life back, brought the fishing good.
Absolutely. And, you know, and these guys filter out and make the water clean and pure, so it's definitely an important thing to have. I mean, hey, we all have water filters right at home, and the fish need them too, so this is their natural water filter that God has given them. So it's really cool to see this river coming back to life with it.
Right.
I'm fishing my way downstream for smallmouth with my bait caster. And you know, again, it was a great break from stripping the streamer anyway. I'm not used to doing it as much as you are, man. So it was a nice break for me. Plus I can catch a smallmouth, hopefully. And crazy enough, I'm throwing that big TRD right through some shoals and I catch a trout. I switched to the bass rod to try to get a smallmouth, and I got a trout on. It just goes to show, like you guys said, they'll eat these big baits. Get him, Justin. Get him. Yes, woo! Nice. What kind is it?
Rookie.
Rookie?
But he's like the size of your bait.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what they'll hit.
Look at that. There you go.
All right, put her in here and get her some oxygen.
Nice fish.
That's a great fish. Hey, on the bass rod too, I could not resist myself. I think everybody out there watching the show knew that at some point I would pick this thing up and just start chunking it.
Yeah, dude.
But that's okay.
Whatever's fun.
It catches fish too. All right, let's let her go here. Yeah, there she goes. All right, dude. Still rocking and rolling down the river, catching fish. This is awesome, man. As we make our way down, there was this really, really big, deep bend, and you know, fly fishing is great, and we were using sink tip lines so you can get the line down further, but even still, it cannot get as deep as conventional gear.
Right.
So again, I love using the best tool for the job, and streamer fishing and the fly rod was the best for certain areas, and for catching a smallmouth, which is what I was after now, it was just great to pick up that bait casting rod, throw it down deep, let it sink deep. It was probably 15, 20 feet, and sure enough, the bass, smallmouth. There we go. The slam is complete. It's not the biggest smallmouth in the world, but very important smallmouth to me at this moment. A lot of guys out there say, man, I'm gonna teach you this, I'm gonna show you this, I'm gonna give you the first water. And I'm even one of those people, I tell people this all the time, and I get out there and I can't control myself. You let me fish the water all day long ahead of you and really have the best opportunity to do what I did. So that was pretty awesome, man. Thanks a lot for that.
I wanted you to catch some fish, Drew. You know, it's all about passing it on. And in fly fishing, it's about giving it to the next generation or giving it to friends that want to learn it. And for me, it's just as amazing to watch people catch fish as it is to get one on myself.
As you guys all out there know, I'm already hooked on this kind of stuff. I live for it, I breathe it. But then after what you showed me on this trip, Justin, dude, with the scenery and then tying the flies ourselves, going out there, catching the fish, this environment, man, all of that is definitely why I'm hooked on wild waters.
Drew Gregory's Hooked on Wild Waters has been brought to you by Jackson Kayak, we make fun. GoPro, be a hero. Bending Branches, pretty, smart paddles. Orion Coolers, never lose your cool. 13 Fishing, make your own luck. Z-Man Lures, the science and art of fishing.